Hello everybody. So in this the second part of the series, we'll learn how to uh, send MQTT messages to managed services like AWS. Okay. So now let's begin. In this example, we'll be sending the message towards AWS. Okay. You can go to your MQTT page. You can see the various managed services options. We can go to AWS, okay, and you require a few information like your host and your certificate. So now where to get this? Let's start by going to your AWS homepage, okay, for your AWS IoT. Okay, I don't need to teach you all how to create your own account, okay. So after you create your own account, right, just go and make sure that you are at your desired server, okay. For me, I'll be using my Asia Pacific Singapore because I'm in Singapore. Okay, so take note that resources, right? AWS resources that you create in other servers, right? Uh, most in most situations will not exist outside of the region. Okay, so whatever you create in Singapore might if you need to use it, in US, right? You need to create everything again. Okay, so make sure you create in the right place at the first. In the in the first place. So now, second thing to take note, go to account. Okay, this is a very important step because in your account, go to billing preferences. Make sure you check this one to receive usage alerts so that you might not accidentally trigger too much payment lah. Can, cause free tier will allow you to only give certain messages, certain amount of MQTT messages, so you can avoid paying unnecessarily with this feature. Okay, so now back to IoT. Okay, the first thing you'll need to create, right, is you need to create a policy to govern all of your IoT. So go create policy. Okay, I'm gonna call this my second policy. Who's the first? Go watch my other video. So we're gonna allow 3 different policy action as necessary, which is the connect action, the publish action, and the subscribe action. Okay, so we need to allow other services, whoever other services, to connect to be able to perform these IoT actions. Okay, and at higher level of implementation, you might wish to be more specific about which other resources would have access to your IoT data. So, but we will not cover that here, okay? But it's good to know. So for now, we'll put a star as a wildcard, which means everything. Okay, so once your policy is created, we will go to manage, and we'll create a profile of our device. Okay, over in AWS they call it things. So right now we're gonna create our own device. Okay, create a digital profile. So I'm gonna call it TX Pro demo. Okay, and you have the no shadow option. Okay, next, and then now we'll auto generate a new certificate. So why is this certificate, you might ask? Okay, I'll get to that soon. So choose the policy you just created, which is my second policy. Okay, so these certificates are, okay, let me check my download folder. Okay, yes. So I have successfully downloaded it. I'm going to download everything. Okay, so this certificate serve as a kind of authentication means of method for AWS to make sure that the device trying to push the data into their server, it's comes from the right source lah. The okay, so it's not like any other hacker can anyhow pump random data into your own AWS account. Okay, so there's a difference between device certificate and root certificate. So, and for this example, right, we'll be using the root CA certificate because it has a because it has a better level of service lah. If you want, you can also choose the other one. Yeah. Okay, it's up to your own preference. Okay. So now we go back to our MQTT, our TX Pro. Okay. So now, firstly, we'll skip this one. We'll go to our device ID. What kind of name do you want to name your device ID? I'm gonna name it demo TX Pro. Okay. And now your CA certificate, open. Wait. Okay. As spoken, we'll use CA1. Okay, cause it's that's what I prefer, as it's slightly more secure than the other one. And then client certificate. Oh, it's not here. Let me go to the documents device. Okay. So for the client certificate, let's try to find it. Oh, okay, it's not here. Okay, so let us go to the doc downloads folder. Okay, I think you can notice that actually this is your client certificate, but it's marked under, when you first download it, it'll be a .text file. So you just remove the extension, and then it'll become a certificate. So go on, add the certificate, enter the client key, add the one that's private. Okay, private, open, and then just use a clean session if you can. Okay, so for the host, right, go back to your AWS. Okay, so after you're done AWS, go down, go to settings, and then over in the setting, right, you will find your endpoint. So basically this is the address, the address of the host. Okay, the server, your server resource that will be hosted, that will be running all the IoT be managing and running all the IoT information. Okay, so after you call, just paste it over here. Okay, and over, if you go down, okay, we can change this. Okay, we can change a bit of something. Okay, so one of the one of the substitution topic is actually, okay, the topic, right, I'm gonna use money bracket client ID. So this is actually a substitution template which will grab the appropriate tag, right, within the TX700, the TX machine, right, and then put it over there. Okay, so your client, so basically what it means, it will grab the variable, the value of the device ID, and put it over here. So when you subscribe to the topic, it will be there will be you must subscribe to the, okay, you must include the device ID itself. So this is a very good way of making sure that you won't be the data that you subscribe to is separate, can be selected lah. So if you only want to listen to the device data from like device 1, right, then you just subscribe to this topic. Okay, and then if you want more devices, and then you just make sure they have a different name and you subscribe to that device itself. Okay, so similarly, you can go over to subscribe topic, and we subscribe subscribe. Okay. So that's about all. Okay, save the thing. Okay. Make sure you enable your clan group. Okay, and then save. And we're gonna download it to the device itself. Okay, close. Okay, so I'm gonna run my let's see. Okay, let me get extra one. Okay, so I'm going to go to my device web server, okay, to check the web server setting. Okay, so to check the setting, you must enter machine config. Okay, this will bring you to the configuration page. Okay, and then just check that I have internet. Okay, make sure either your WAN or your wireless network is connected to some place with an internet. Okay, right now I'm using my handphone as a hotspot to make sure that there was no firewall in between that's blocking any of the packet. Okay, because some corporate firewall is will block unknown packets from unknown sources. Okay, so now my setting is correct. I have internet. Then I will just go and see the HMI page. Okay, this will give us a good gauge what is the value that's going on. Okay, so now that it's moving, okay, we'll go back and then we're gonna test. Go back to our test client, and then remember what is the topic we're going to subscribe to. We'll be subscribing to the unit. Okay, device unit. Wait, let me copy. Control C more. Okay, never mind. I'll just type it myself. Demo TX Pro. Okay, subscribe, and you can see that the minute you subscribe to the topic, the data is coming out. Okay, so you can see. Wait, sorry. Okay, so notice that our data is getting sent every 1 second, and it corresponds to the tag that I subscribe to. Okay, so that's about all. Okay, thank you and have a good day.